Laura here. You can notice that my backdrop has changed. I'm in the middle of filming a official blog tour, room tour for you guys. I've just gotten a little bit busy, but this is going to be my new setup now that you guys can actually see my lovely bookshelves behind me. And when I give you guys my tour, you guys could see where my head is. But yeah, so this will be my new setup. I hope you guys like it, and I'm excited to do my bookshelf tour for you guys soon. So today I'm going to do the Artsy Reader Girls Top 10 Tuesday, and this week's theme was super fun. It was top 10 words or words that you often see in titles, and they said you could choose your genre, so I'm going to do 5 that I normally see in YA and 5 that I normally see in middle grade. These are just the words that I am most attracted to in these titles, but I do see them a lot. So yeah, let's get into it. The first series of words are no surprise, and they're all royalty themed, so I would say princess, prince, queen, king. You can like go to a bookstore, close your eyes, and touch a book, and I guarantee you one of those words would be in the title. And I'm normally attracted to royalty stories. I love princess tropes or princess in disguise tropes or runaway princess tropes. I love those things, and so that's something I'm really attracted to. But whenever I see like a book that has just a sum, like King's Cage is one, Ash Princess, The Reluctant Queen, Queen of Blood and Sorrow is another one, The Queens of Insular, you know, or like royalty words like Three Dark Crowns, One Dark Throne. All of those are just so like, oh my god, they just capture me, and I love like mythology. I love like queens and kings and princesses and princes. So those are just a series of words that I often see a lot in YA titles, and I'm often really attracted to them, and they often definitely go on my TBR. The next word I'm going to talk about is the word kingdom. Recently I've seen this a lot, like the Fallen Kingdom series, To Kill a Kingdom, are just a few. I'm trying to think if there's any ones on my thing that I have seen. Not on my shelves right now, but I see that word a lot, especially recently. I think there's been a change, but like To Kill a Kingdom, So all of those, and I think I just like kingdoms. Like I think like I love fantasy. I think fantasy is probably one of my top genres. But I love I love world building, and I love when, these authors create such complex worlds, and I love diving into them. But that is definitely like anything with kingdom or land or something like that. I think that those words I want to know, well, where is that kingdom set? Like, what world is it, and what does that world do? So for me, I think that's another one where I'm just like, I like that. So another word that definitely goes on my interest list and most likely goes on my TBR. So, and also like when I go to a library, if I see that word, I will definitely pick it up and probably take it out. The next 2 words that I kind of grouped together are orphan and thief. Just off my tag, you have orphan monster spy, the orphan queen, and then thief, you would have the midnight thief and so many other books. But I just like that because it tells you what type of lead character you're getting, and I love exploring like almost like anti-hero characters or characters that like you don't expect to be the lead or like have an interesting path. So orphans and thieves and stuff like that have like an interesting career path or an interesting background, I really love to explore, like the Assassin's Blade, like Sarah J. Maas's series. Those novellas were really interesting. But yeah, those words, I have a bunch of myself. I have right here, I have Orphan Monster Spy. But yeah, and The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner. The Orphan Queen is on my Kindle. But yeah, I love the orphan trope. I think that it's so like, you can do it really, really well. The most obvious orphan trope they don't have in the title, but it's Harry Potter. And I normally really, really like those types of tropes. So those are another series that I like really enjoy reading about. And I often look for those words in the titles as well. The last 2 words I'm also going to group together, and that is the word ashes and dark. I think that just because, like, normally, like, ashes has, like, or, like, a creepy annotations, and dark, you just, like, oh, the dark duet, or the Dark Days Club, or, the there's a lot of books that have that kind of feeling, and like Ashes to Ashes and Ash Princess. See, 2 of my types of words. But yeah, I just think it always makes me think, well, what's dark? Like, what is it? The world? Is it the character? And I think it's like an easy access point. Like, well, what is that? like the Dark Kingdom, I would be like, oh my god, why is the kingdom dark? Is there no light? So I think for me, it's like it intrigues me to read the summary, especially. Like I won't always like read the book, but I will read the summary and see if I like it. But those, and I don't like horror stuff, so sometimes I don't gravitate towards those types of books, but I do like those in the title because it kind of gives me an atmospheric suggestion, and then I read the summary to see if I am right. Segue over into middle grade, and these are actually a lot easier to come up with. So the first one is going to be two together: Adventure and Secret. I think I have three on my shelf like right now: The Adventures Guild, The Super Secret Plans of Samantha Spinner, any Adventure and Secret. The another like the Explorers like is another one. Like any like category that makes you like inspired to like adventure, I see a lot. Or like secret, like, oh well, I want to know what the secret is too. So those words I think I see a lot just because it's propelling that you guys are going to go on an adventure, or you have a secret from the adults. And I love those. I think kids love having a secret or knowing a secret because they often are always on the outside of things. And who doesn't want to go on a fantastical adventure? I know I still do, and I just turned 30, so of course the kids are gonna like it. But those are two words that I often look for in middle grade title because they're so like, they're just such fun adventure books. Those books, like whenever I read those types of books, it always makes me, it always reminds me of Harry Potter. Like, I know it doesn't have adventure in the title, but I recently read Ice Wolves by Amy Kaufman, and I kind of felt that, like the same feeling I had when I first read Harry Potter. Like it was just like a fun adventure, and I really enjoyed it. So that's another reason why I tend to gravitate towards books that have adventure in the title or like secret, because I'm like, ooh, what adventure are they going on, or what secret do they have to hold, and I must know the answer. So yeah. For the previous clip, I tried to edit it, didn't know exactly work. But the next two words are no shock, and that is boy and girl. I think that, that's so easy. I mean, sometimes I think it can sometimes backfire a little bit because like you will know like, oh, this is about a boy or this is about a girl. So I wonder if like, if all girl, I just wonder about the marketing ploys for those books to get both sexes to read the books. But I really like it because for me, I was like, ooh, a girl's lead character. And for me, I especially look for male leads, which I don't often see a lot, especially in YA. But middle grade has a little bit more of a balance. But if I see boy and I got the Boy That Went Magic on my shelf over there. I definitely picked it up because it was like, ooh, it's a boy lead. That's so exciting. And again, I was a part of the Harry Potter generation, and I was surrounded by male leads. So when I see them now, I'm like, childhood, yay! But boy and girl, another very common words that I see in middle grade titles a lot. The next words that I often see in middle grade titles are like dragon or a supernatural or mystical creature. I love books like that because it often gives you like, ooh, is this book going to be from the dragon's perspective, especially in middle grade? But also like, ooh, how do the kids encounter the creature? So those are another books that I'm often intrigued by. I don't think I have any on my, I have Dragon Watch by Brandon Mull, which is the sequel series to the Fablehaven series, which I really enjoy. But yeah, I really do like those because I love creature books. Like I really, really love them. Read them a lot in YA, and middle grade I'm hoping to read more of. I do have a lot on my shelves, but right now that's the only one that I could think of. But they're just so fun. I love, again, it's an escape. And I think most people, but I read as an escape sometimes. Like this world is complex and scary at times, but I think reading it makes me run into like a world that's not as scary or as confusing, and the problems are different. But I do like reading books about supernatural creatures because it's like a nice fantasy escape, and I look forward to that in my reading adventures. So yeah. The last words in middle grade titles that I'm going to chat about today, and be sure to tell me in the comments what are some words that you think are very common in YA and middle grade titles, is magic. Whenever I see a book, like a title that has magic or witch or wizard in the title, I am so there. Like, I will buy it. I will get it from the library. I will find a means to get it. If I go ARC shopping and I spy a ARC with that, you can bet your butt I'm buying it because I am so captured. I blame Buffy because Willow has made me super addicted to witch novels. If you watch my Trope Less, my Top 5 Wednesday, I'm begging for someone to write me a Willow novel. Kirsten White, if you're listening, write me a Willow novel. But yeah, any of those words, oh, I just love them so much. I really hope to. I have a lot on my shelves from the YA set, but there are a few middle grades. There's like Wizard Wars and Wizard Match and stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot. The Apprentice Witch is another one that is on my shelf. But yeah, so those any like magical words, like magic or magical words, I am totally there for. So again, tell me in the comments what are some of your top words that you see a lot in YA and middle grade titles. I'm sure they will be different, and if you want, recommend me some books in the comments and maybe I will pick them up. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.